welcome to Beyond Injury Time. Today we are past the game week 12, and today we'll discuss the blockbuster match, a complete paisa vasool match that happened over the weekend. City versus Chelsea. It was a 4-4, basketball score actually, not a football one, and a proper roller coaster. And if in one word I explain this, it was a chaotic match. So I want to start with a thing that there were four equalizers in this match, and three were scored by Chelsea. So what does that show about the character of this young team that Poch is building?
I
Yeah, I
mean,
mean,
I
go ahead.
I would like to clear that up. Firstly, what do you call big up to Chelsea? What a game! What a game! As in, and coming just after a game that they had with Spurs, where they have played well again, right? I mean, obviously the red cards were there, but big balls to show up against City and keep fighting them, uh, uh, for punch. Like it was a
Yes.
great
Really
game.
nice.
But sometimes when you play against City and you see them go ahead, you at some point of time you think it's gone out of the hands. Now they're going to take control and whatnot.
Yes.
City just never, Chelsea just never gave up, and they kept fighting. And the way they were winning the second balls, my God, they were eating grass up everywhere, not giving them a chance to rest or whatever. As in, if City made a mistake, Chelsea made sure that they got the ball. They made sure
Really.
it was. I mean, it seemed like Chelsea were really really motivated. I mean, Reece James was there. That's there. I mean, he's kind of become he was kind of their chief creator, but I think Cole Palmer has come in and slotted in well in terms of chance creation. But I would say one thing for sure, that looking at the Chelsea team, you can just, I mean, of course they've spent money and whatnot, but when you look at this Chelsea team, you can say that ideally it should actually be a Champions League team. I mean, they should have been playing in the Champions League with the wealth of
Group.
talent that they have, right? And but to turn up when as in everybody's kind of writing them off and whatnot, and there are small groups who are saying Chelsea relegation party and whatnot. But this is the thing about Chelsea. Chelsea, whenever there's
Chaos.
chaos, they thrive.
Yeah. Maybe it's
They
good
just
for
thrive.
them they're not playing Champions League. These guys are training, settling well
Yeah, yeah,
with each other, and the power they're showing. Maybe in after a midweek match they might not have that much, but they are
yeah.
just a powerhouse right now, and they run for everything, man. They
Everything.
are
I think while I was looking at the match, I just thought that maybe Enzo is the only one who does not have legs in midfield. Like when I say legs, I'm comparing him to Caicedo and Gallagher, who
mm,
are absolute beasts.
Gallagher
Gallagher
is a
especially,
workhorse, man.
why?
oh my God, he's onto your neck.
Yes,
And
yes.
Rodri realized it. I mean,
Yeah.
Rodri did score a goal, but if you have seen the overall match, he just was a whore on the pitch. He was just
Yeah.
leaving away the ball. People were taking balls away from him. He couldn't do anything.
Maybe
As
City is not used to getting that much pressure
Yeah.
on them that
Yeah.
Chelsea was putting on them. They're like, yeah, we'll keep the ball, we will throw around, we'll toy with Chelsea, but they were not. Yeah,
and something that came to my mind while I was looking at the match was, for the first time I felt that this Chelsea team looked like the older Tottenham teams that were physical and wanted to win second balls like their
Poch
life
teams
depended on
in
it,
mean
right?
I was
You
about to
Poch.
say, had Joga been there, I would have told him directly that this is what pressing look likes, brother.
for context, Joga supports Liverpool, and he's
Yeah.
not here with
Yeah.
us at this point of time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's a
so
very big Jurgen Klopp fan.
Yeah.
You have to say that.
Um, and coming to City, man, City is known for managing the game so well, and then they had lead for three times
Yeah.
in this match, and they lost every lead. What does that show about City
I
this
wanted
season?
to, yeah, I wanted to point out this thing that I remember a thing which Pep Guardiola said after winning the Champions League, right? He was asked a point blank question. How did you do it this time? What was so different this time that you could not do it all the previous times, at least with City? Forget the Bayern days. He said, defensively we were not solid. I mean, he had proper bodies in the box. Now, to see that Thiago Silva header in the box, getting a clear head at goal. He was not even. I mean, no one was even competing there. To have the likes of Diaz, Stones, and Guardiola. Stones was playing, right? Yeah. So these three, and to compete against them, and score that header immediately after they had scored a goal. I mean, that was like that was like Chelsea.
Right?
Chelsea must have sent some tremors down everyone's feet right there. So
And
yeah,
commentator has to mention it. 39-year-old Thiago
Yeah.
Silva
Yeah,
scored
yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
obviously.
penalty.
Yeah, yeah.
And
No,
maybe
no, but
nobody
big up,
expected him with at that position to have maybe headed it into the goal.
Yeah.
no, no, but
Overall,
kudos
also
to
like
Thiago Silva also, as in 39, playing at the highest level in the PL, where usually you don't age that well, and showing up day in day out, and in fact being the topmost defender at Chelsea at this present point
He's
of
the
time.
Cristiano Ronaldo of defenders.
Yeah.
no, there's
And,
also there is also Pepe. So
Oh,
yeah,
you
never
cannot say
forget
correct.
Pepe, man. Playing at
no,
the
Yeah.
highest level, him as well.
But even if Chelsea has gotten 4 goals, and but I have seen in Spurs match as well and in this match as well, Thiago does great stuff in the backline. He monitors everything. He makes sure that nobody gets
Leader of
past him,
men.
even if he does not have a lot of legs
he's
to.
he's really worth his experience. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
what the match where you were saying like City were front for 3 times and then they lost the lead. Like I got a feeling that okay, City when they scored the third goal, they were as if celebrating as if they have done the job. Like match is over. हम जीत गए.
Yeah.
Like the all the expression from Jack Grealish and Walker
Mm.
especially, like they were celebrating as if done. This match is done. And even the commentator was saying, okay, oh, I think he has. This is the winner that has been scored.
Yeah.
Like how
Yeah.
how winner man. Like okay, and then it was 3-3, and then again at 4-3, similar situation. Like everybody in the commentary box, everybody was giving that okay, they have won the game. They never expected Chelsea to like give this tough fight.
Yes.
So really, like as Habe mentioned, like they were toe to toe, and there was a lot of passion in Chelsea for this game especially. And I don't know where did that come from, but
Comes
Right.
from
really they
And
Pochettino,
are
man, of
on fire
course.
now. Like,
and they rattled their cage. Yeah. City
Rattled
was
there.
looking
Yep.
clueless, man. For so sometimes they're like just passing in chaos, and I don't think City likes chaos. Pep
Yeah.
likes chaos. They were in chaos in this match, like
Yeah,
everywhere.
chaos because of the VAR decisions, and I don't know about other managers, but S- City like rhythm, right? Pep likes rhythm
Mhm.
in their game. So I don't know, but Chelsea were actually enjoying those little breaks because of VAR
Mm.
decisions. I feel that could have put them off. Call it lack
Yeah.
of concentration or rhythm. Maybe much of it was also attributed to that, and Chelsea cash in on that and showing that kind of fight 3 times. I mean, it's crazy because too late in the game, City scored the goal, and I was like, oh man, it's 4-3. It's
Ah.
done because
Uh,
because throughout last season and even this season, they have secured a lot of 1-0 wins, one
yeah.
nil 2-0.
That's
But
what they're good at game
that's
that
what they're
management,
good
but
at.
this
Yeah.
time,
no, but
uh,
that is credit to City. That is the kind of image that they have built.
mm,
That
Yes.
once they're ahead,
Yeah.
right? So that is why we need to respect Chelsea even more, because they were like, no,
Even
no,
more.
no, and
Especially just one point, especially with Rodri playing. Rodri is the controller. Ball ही
yeah,
नहीं
yeah.
देगा.
uh-huh,
And even with
yeah,
Rodri playing, Chelsea
yeah.
equalized. I mean,
This time they
brilliant.
couldn't say that we didn't have Rodri,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly.
Because
But
last
Exactly.
yeah,
time they
coming to that point,
Hmm.
they did
Yeah.
not have John Stones for this match, right? So do
Sorry,
you
my
think there
bad.
is
Who was the
some
third
there is
defender?
a
Akanji,
Akanji.
Akanji,
My bad.
Akanji.
yeah,
Yeah.
who scored actually, but
Akanji.
yeah. So John Stones was not there, and I believe John Stone and Rodri had some good bonding in between them, where they keep switching their positions.
Yep.
Hmm.
Sometimes Stones becomes CDM and he Rodri drops back, and they do switch it over. And that quality, I don't think Akanji would have the similar one. Although he scored a goal, I don't take anything from him. But maybe that was a factor. And then if it is, then it looks like Pep has a lot of dependency on single players now in his team, which
Uh,
he
um,
used not
um,
used to.
No. So the thing is, John Stones has always been quality on the ball, right? And to be fair, Akanji is pretty smart. He's really smart as a person, and he understands the game of football. But I think it also has to do a lot with the fact that Ruben Diaz had a game to forget. He had a really bad game. Even the last penalty that was given, right? In fact, I spoke to a few City fans and they were like, we were just hoping he doesn't do a mistake. And just at the end, right, he committed that penalty, and then it was
There was
scored.
also one more chance where Chelsea could have scored with that left foot shot, like he
Yeah,
blasted over
yeah.
the keeper.
Yeah,
Even that
yeah,
was a
yeah.
Ruben
Yeah,
Diaz
yeah, yeah.
mistake.
That also was so Ruben Diaz was giving away the ball
That was
pretty cheaply.
Mala Gusto, right? Mala
Yeah,
Gusto
Malo
had a
Yes,
Gusto.
chance.
yes.
Malo
Yeah.
gusto.
No, but Ruben Diaz just had a game to forget. And frankly speaking, in spite of Rodri being there, I mean, he did score the goal, right? But other than that, even he had a game to forget. In fact, I was close to calling him that Rodri is almost like plays like a striker when he has a bad game. He does the
Yeah.
bad stuff everywhere, and then he scores, and then everybody's like, huh.
From past 2 seasons, Man City has done a double on Chelsea. So what do you think Chelsea did differently this time that helped them beat Man City?
I mean, if you've seen the pattern recently, what I've seen is, especially when KDB has not been there this season specifically, if you make your center compact, right, with runners, as in your midfielders are runner and good ball winners, and you afford City space on the wings also, it seems that over the game, if you win the midfield battle with them through the center, or you're just winning balls and whatnot, you get, as a team, you get enough chances that are created. Even the metrics show that. Sure, City get their chances, right? But if you do it that way, your team or whatever the team that is competing creates the same amount of chances. Then it is just left to a bit more clinical finishing. For example, in this game, right? In this game also, on the wings, there was enough chance for them to create for Grealish. There was enough space, but through the center you had Caicedo, Gallagher, and Enzo Fernandez, right?
Mhm.
All three of them, and they were compact. I mean, to be fair to them, three of them were press resistant also, but that ensured that because what do you call it? City's midfield just keeps moving forward, and they are a very dynamic midfield. A lot of times when Chelsea won the ball, there was a lot of space in the midfield to go right through the center, and then to pass the ball on the wide to a free player, because everybody was then in the center. There were a lot of times, if you had seen the game, when Chelsea had the ball and it was a 3 against 3 or something like that, or
Mhm.
3 against 2 also at certain points of time. To bring it back to the game that they played against Arsenal also, in that game also, what happened was Arsenal had physical presence in the midfield in terms of Partey and Declan Rice, who ensured that they played City's midfield off the park. To be fair, that time Rodri wasn't there, right?
Mhm.
But this time, in spite of Rodri being there, the way they were hounded out, it just seems that if teams, I mean, as a fan, I can see it. I'm pretty sure other people are
Yes,
also seeing
exactly.
it, right?
That's what.
I,
Do you think it will serve as a good blueprint for other teams to
yeah.
follow?
That's what I looked at the match, and I realized that it could turn as a good blueprint. And it seems that if you have decent technical players in the midfield, when I say technical players, I'm just saying players who can keep the ball and be press resistant. You don't even
Mhm.
need to be a ball carrier of sorts.
Hmm.
As you said that they like a rhythm and whatnot, but if you start a basketball match with them, which was what this game was like, Haaland is a great finisher without a doubt, as he showed in the game. I mean, to a
Mhm.
certain extent, you'll have to trust a bit of the other team's luck as well in terms of finishing,
Yeah.
right?
You have to
Uh,
match Highland in terms of efficiency. Only then you can play a basketball
yeah,
kind of a game.
yeah,
Yeah.
but the thing is, you will create in the same amount of chances or more
Hmm.
at times.
High risk,
More,
high approach.
yeah. High risk, high. But that is much
Uh,
better than
Even
being
but only the third goal that maybe City has scored, that was, I think that was a open play one, which was a normal goal, proper through ball coming into picture. Other than that, it's all ball bouncing around everywhere
yeah, yeah.
in the field and what you can. So basically, what I can deduce from it is you don't let City have the control of the game and of the ball. If you keep pressing them and do not let them breathe with the ball, they will look clueless and maybe give Kyle Walker
But
a
to be honest,
shot on the goal from free kick.
don't you think it's
That
kind of a cliched thing, because we've all know since City has been here in the Premier League. I mean, Pep has been in the Premier League. We all knew that this is what he is going to do. He's going to keep possession. He's going to play higher up. So basically, the template of Pep is same, although the tactics have changed a little bit here and there, how his centre backs play and all that. But he's going to keep position. He's going to use the width that has been there since his Barcelona days. But why
Yeah,
do you
yeah, but
think no manager has been able to implement this particular idea?
no, no, but you have to understand also that the profile of players that Pep had before and the profile that he's gotten over a period of time, right? When you look at a Jack Grealish, he's not a super pacey guy who's going to stretch defenses,
No,
right?
absolutely not. Yeah.
He's not that guy. And they lost out on Raheem Sterling also,
youngster who
who
was a
who used to
menace
yeah, who was a
in
menace
this
in
match.
this match. But
Mess
in
and
general,
menace.
but these are the players who can stretch your defenses, right?
Hmm.
And they can take your players one on one. So this time they have bought a player in Doku who can do that. But if you remember, at one point of time he had two players who could do that: Raheem Sterling and Sane, right? And over a period of time, Pep had started taking wingers who were very ball dominated, who wanted ball to their feet in terms of when he got Mahrez and he relied on Mahrez and Bernardo Silva. So I mean, even Pep's tactics are evolving, right?
Yeah,
Even they are evolving. And I'm pretty sure that the reason he bought Doku this time was he realized that, okay, I do not have anybody to stretch the defense to
correct.
take my players one on one,
So yeah,
right?
And
So,
looks
basically
like
it
he's
is a
enjoying
other
Doku
part
more
of it.
than Grealish.
huh?
That's what he's enjoying Doku more than Grealish.
Yes,
He's been
he is.
surprised by what Doku can offer him. So
Yeah.
his happiness
I
is
I
evident.
if Sane and Sterling were there, so teams were at least low blocking City every time. So they thought that let's get some technical players to break their defense,
हाँ,
and now they lack those pacey
मार्केट से
players.
वो कुछ भी उठा सकते हैं.
No,
Right. Let's not go there.
kudos to their what do you call scouting team as well, because they bought a good as in really good player in Doku. He's causing a lot of problems. Like
No,
he caused a bit of problems this match as well.
no, what happens is, in a team like City, who are always flying, always dominating, even a half good player, seems really bright spark. Like
True,
this
Very
true.
used to
important
happen
point.
when
Very important point.
Arsenal were dominating the league, United were dominating the league, and even
Correct.
Chelsea, for that matter, when in the first Jose Mourinho stint, even a decent player or young players are like that. Like they have that spark, they do that some magical
Team
stuff.
makes you look better as
Yeah,
well.
it is
Hmm.
the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
thing. Even Palmer was of the same kind when he was at City, but now that he has come and done the things in Chelsea, now we can see that this guy has some swag.
His
This guy
importance.
is
Yes.
there to there.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
Man
yeah,
like
we
Iyer
also
just
need to
cares about
see.
swag.
Yeah,
I,
I'm waiting
I
for
swear.
Palmer, any Palmer question to jump on that.
Yeah.
Football ability out of the window, swag होना चाहिए.
Football ability and swag, not only swag.
By
Cool.
swag, you
So
mean a bit of personality, right?
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
I want to talk a little about the goals that happened. So one maybe a little controversial one, the first penalty that went against Chelsea. What do you guys think? Was it really a penalty or a soft one?
Man, don't even get me started on
I
decisions.
want you
After
to
the
start.
I just did not want to watch the game. I had to painfully watch the entire game, but I mean, after that decision, I've said it multiple times to myself while watching a game of football that the game has gone to the dogs. It's just it's a contact sport. There is just so many stoppages because of VAR. you know, uh, like, VAR taking a forensic view of a incident on the football pitch. I mean,
Shooting
how
and
crazy, how crazy is that, man? I mean, if you slow down everything in a fast-paced game, which is football, you are basically defeating the very purpose of the sport. So
it's
I'm
a game
pretty
of
sure,
momentum.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there will come a point. There will come a point. People will be. I hope these changes occur. Like I've said, many decisions are going to go against you, and many decisions are going to, be for you. But what I am trying to talk about is the essence of the game, and that particular, tackle, by Mark Kukurea on Haaland. So if you really actually see the incident from start to finish, it was Haaland grabbing Kukurea first, and then as soon as the ball was coming in, Kukurea was grabbing a little bit of Haaland's shirt. So
That was a
this
shirt
kind
pull.
of,
Yeah.
yeah. So मतलब ऐसे पीछे से अगर शर्ट ऐसे भी खींच के ड्रॉप कर दिया तो वो पेनल्टी है. ऐसे ऐसे ही है शायद, बिकॉज मतलब लिटरली आई हैव सीन इंसिडेंट्स when we've had VAR
भाई अभी
pushing
Uh,
फोर्स
and
thank,
shoving,
मेंटेनेंस
thank God
pushing and
nobody
shoving
pulled
क्या
होता है.
anybody's hair here. Like there
Yeah,
was
man.
Cucurella and it was Stamford Bridge.
I mean, it
So
was so weird. My concern is about the momentum of the game and where this sport is heading, because there will come a point in time where people will realize, oh, bhai, kitna time waste kiya. Because as you may be observing, the big broadcasters like the Sky or the Athletic, they have been they have been generating stats this season, starting this season, as to how many minutes VAR took to make a decision. How many
yeah
minutes ball was in play?
भाई
Once these stats come into light more, you will see some changes. That is my hope.
there were 9 minutes
what
added to the
as
first
a
half stoppage
fan
time.
Yeah.
as a fan we feel that we are watching less football because of all this thing, right? We cannot enjoy that match completely. It would have been 10-15 minutes of more football that could have happened,
And don't
that
take
could have
away the
changed the whole
anxiety
league.
from the VAR decision.
But
Yeah,
you can,
I mean,
the only problem with VAR for me is that you cannot enjoy anymore the goals, the whatever. Matlab, it is good for maybe a bottom tier team because that gives them hope कि maybe that goal does not count. But for a good team, it will just be like anybody cannot enjoy, right? That momentum when a player scores and he enjoys, go to his fans and do anything, then he just
uh,
stops that, then happens, and then you're not in the moment anymore, right?
I
Then
mean,
that moment is gone. You can enjoy
I'm of a
afterward.
differing opinion. I believe that I do not like how the war has been implemented. But in general, I would still go for war because the incompetencies that I've seen, even with the war, I'm just thinking to myself, if there was no war, I mean, like, what am I seeing with my eyes? There have been times when you can see with the eyes it's wrong, it's wrong with the war, and then also they're like, no, we're taking this decision, we're going to save our asses and our fellow refs asses. So in my head, it's like war is a good thing, but I do not like the implementation of it for sure.
No, I'll
And
just
I do
Why
understand
it has
when
to reduce the time. That is all
yeah,
that
that is
is
true.
required.
And I do understand as a fan, sometimes you feel, a little deflated when you're like, अरे गोल अभी गया हम लोग लेकिन वेट करते रहे डिसीजन का कि सही हुआ कि नहीं. It kind of takes a bit away of the charm and the
The
magic about
joy.
it.
Hmm.
I'm
But
actually
then,
fine with that. I'm actually fine with that.
hmm,
But my concern is the time taken for the kind of decisions on the pitch. You
true, true,
don't
true.
take that, so that takes the authority out of the on-field referee. So don't try to take too much time on subjective decisions and let the game flow. Now, I'll give you a brilliant example of the most crazy thing that happened in a World Cup, right? The Diego Maradona hand of God. So if VAR was there, the scenario could have been different entirely,
भाई
right?
देखो, the
So
point is कि maybe the only thing solved by VAR probably right now are objective decisions.
yeah,
ठीक है, make that by VAR. Objective decisions can be automated.
yes,
ठीक है, if objective
yes,
decisions can be automated, just VAR can show a
it will
decision on
save
the
us a lot of
maybe it's offside.
yeah, yeah.
Just because you just keep drawing lines and automated system and just show offside if you think it's an offside and wrongly given a goal. Objective decision does not take time to come up. Subjective decision,
Correct.
VAR
And
is not.
one more thing. We brought VAR to remove controversies after a game, right?
Hmm.
Now, what is happening? Controversial decision में VAR आके और controversy create कर रहा है. So what's the point? We're not solving anything.
चलो
No,
No,
ठीक
when
है.
it comes to
Let's not.
subjective things, when it
I
comes to
still
subjective
believe it's
things,
more
like
the incompetency of the referee. I mean, of course, there's pressure and all. And I'm still a big proponent of VAR, but with the right implementation and
Yeah, of
it being a
course.
little more efficient in terms of taking time. I do agree that the time they take for decisions that are, let's just say, subjective, subjective, you can probably
Yeah.
give the benefit of doubt to the on-field ref and just go on with it. But the definite ones which these people mess up, I'm so happy VAR is there. I'm so happy.
No, I
Like
am
last year,
on for VAR. I want
I'll
VAR
say
to be
कि
there.
referee are there. Referee has a good context. Just replay him that 10, 15, 20 seconds of a video and screen once. Make
Yeah.
a call. Now you have seen it by your eyes. You are that much skilled, right? Maybe you have missed something. You have seen that. Make a decision. Don't keep on pausing कि हाँ ये देखते हैं इस पे इम्पैक्ट कितना है। थोड़ा धीरे से वो न्यूटन का वो भी लगा देगा कि फोर्स का क्वांटिटी हाथ से खींचने में कितना था।
Yeah.
ठीक है, अब उतना
So
डीपली नहीं जाना है हमको।
yeah,
And but
let's not make it
one
all
good
about
thing
VAR again.
one good thing that has happened in this match is that even if this goes against Chelsea,
Hmm.
and this might be controversial, Chelsea did not lose their head. They
Yeah.
keep fighting back. They keep coming back. They did not cry about maybe this decision as well. And
Yeah, as
they
other
showed
teams
कि
do. Yeah.
they showed the same thing that ठीक है, one or two decision can go against you, but you can come back. You have
Yes.
that whole match to make it happen. You
Exactly.
cannot
Exactly.
cry. You cannot put your head down and don't fight for it.
Yeah.
So, and one more gap that we have seen maybe in a second goal that Chelsea has scored. There was a lot of mistakes from City's defense. Like almost everybody in the defensive line made a mistake for that goal to go inside
Yeah.
the net. And
They
that you do
came
not expect
prepared
from
with
City.
some different ideas. They came prepared with the thought that Chelsea are under pressure and they are going to play a low block because Pochettino is also under pressure. I'm telling you, Pep did not expect this Chelsea team.
Yeah,
भाई
yeah,
पेप
yeah.
को लगा चेल्सी कन्वर्ट नहीं कर सकती, वो 15 शॉट
Exactly.
मारेगी, 1-2 जाएगा, अपन 4
वो
मारेंगे, जीत
एक्शन
जाएगी.
जैक्सन, as our Manish famously tells him, एक्शन जैक्सन पूरा एक्शन में था वो भाई.
No, but for the second goal, if you see, City were all over the place. Firstly, I mean, Ruben Dias lost the ball, right? They got the ball, Chelsea got the ball, and Chelsea were on the attack from the get-go. Then Guardiola was out of place when Reece James had the ball and he was crossing. And then Kyle Walker also had the chance to intercept Raheem Sterling. Kyle Walker was right with him. And Kyle Walker is, as we have seen over a period of time, he's one of the best RBs in the world, the best right backs in the
भाई
world.
no, not many
Right.
can get better of that guy.
Yeah, not many. Of course, you would know. You're a Spurs fan. But what I'm saying is, in terms of the defensive shape, even if when they had defensive shape, Chelsea actually they were not even running through it. They were just going through it in motions. It wasn't some crazy skill or a crazy trick or a crazy through ball or something. It was some basic passing, and City was opened up. And the thing is, City already had 4 players that time behind in the D, and yet Chelsea was able to score with two players, basically 2 players. That's what happened.
By pre assist was from Guardiola. He got the ball, he put it back, and then James took it forward from there. So it was amazing pre assist from Guardiola.
Yeah, but when you look at it, other teams are looking at it. They must be thinking somewhere in their heads. All right, so this can be done with City. This can be done with City. Usually, what teams used to do before was with City. Most of the teams, this is what they tend to do. They sit back, soak in pressure, and then they attack. But Chelsea, if you have seen, they were going like head on. Like, okay, you got the ball, you scored. We are going to come again for you. We're going to come again for you. And that was a really refreshing approach to watch. And to me, for sure, it was the best match in the PL in this year. Like no
Hands
questions
down.
asked.
Yeah.
Hands
so far.
so
By
far. So
so talking about Sterling's goal, two of the ex-citizens scored the goals against City. So what do you guys? They seem like they have a point to prove. Cole Palmer and Raheem Sterling.
All their
So,
balls
There were
and
a lot of
attitude were on
noise
display.
before the game, so they had to do that. Like the Sterling was mentioned, okay, he's become so and so, and Sterling was really on fire. He was putting up the tackle. You saw that tackle that he made on, made on Rodri, I suppose. Like he just wiped him out. That's it. I thought he could have got a red for that, but yeah, okay, it was with a
Don't
yellow.
start with
Then
the
okay.
VAR again, please.
Oh no, but he was really on fire. He was doing everything that was demanded from him, and he was doing everything that we always expect from a Sterling. But which he did not do the whole
yeah.
season. Even this season and last season, he
अरे
was really
पैसा आ
nice
गया
on
भाई.
that. And then Palmer is a guy I would love to watch. Yeah, like really, he
Right,
has the
right.
talent, he has the finish, he has the composure,
Left
and
footed.
also he has that swag. Wow, that
Yeah,
celebration after
this
the
guy and the
after
swag.
the goal, the celebration he had, like okay, and see who gets to take the penalty at a stoppage time under so much pressure. It's Palmer. Like he had the balls to say to Guardiola, okay, I cannot wait for my chance, I'm going. And he went, and then he's now proving his worth. Like Guardiola also said nice things about him, that okay, if he's like capable of it, then well done, go ahead and do that. And he has done that.
Yeah,
Like
but City also got Chelsea's pants pulled down. So they're not a problem. Win-win for both
no,
of
we were
them. But
saying
yeah,
is like okay,
But
any young player who like performs in cities, the credit also has to go to the team, because any young player, you know, if he performs like even less compared to other teams, he shines in that team because everything
yeah,
else is sorted. But this
I,
guy came out of that system, and then now he's
yeah,
proving for Chelsea. So really, really nice. Yeah,
no,
right.
like,
If
I
somebody if somebody
good.
sees the stats, they would say that he just scored penalty goals and whatnot. But seems like every penalty goal he is scoring is more difficult than the previous one. This
hmm,
one was at a very critical point. You have to 4-3, you are down, and now it's the extra time. So and
Yeah.
against your previous team, right? There's lot of pressure on a
No,
young
he's the
kid, right?
designated penalty taker, and I feel
Um,
this Cole Palmer is going to be some player because this guy has got that charisma about him, right? I mean,
swag.
did you
you
see
mean
his
swag?
antics? Did you did you see? Yeah, I have other name so for that, but yeah, did you see his antics while the City team were discussing something? He just went in, and Haaland was laughing at him. Ki, Chal bhag sale. So I mean,
yeah,
yeah,
so,
but yeah, but he's quite some talent, man. That left
yeah.
foot
Yeah,
of his is. I mean, I'm thinking कि भाई हमारे पास तो एंथनी है वो स्पिन
अरे
मर्चेंट
भाई.
मतलब फिर मैं
वो
आई एम जस्ट
ड्रिबल कर
थिंकिंग टू
लेगा,
माई
भागता
सेल्फ
नहीं है वो.
I'm just thinking to myself कि no, just on in all seriousness, actually, this Chelsea team is new and they're going on to a rebuild and all, and Palmer is doing well, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, like Manish said, in a good team, in a confident team, every player actually looks better than they actually are, and I feel yeah, things
But
will
man, apart
No,
from
but
that penalty goal, I also remember this guy like cutting through the defense of City and making a chance for himself.
quality
Right?
तो है.
That's a different quality when he has
no,
shown. He might not have converted, but that glimpses you can see.
but
But
here's the thing. From like with Palmer, it's almost been like from the day he stepped on the field for Chelsea, even for City, he was there. But from the day he stepped on the field for Chelsea, he stood out. He's been a revelation. He's been a breath of fresh air, especially when Reece James was injured because he became the chief creator.
Mhm.
His passing is great. He can dribble. He can shoot. He has a band of a left foot, and on top of that, I speak to a lot of Chelsea fans midway through, and even the coaches at Chelsea. Some of the coaches were heard saying that he is what they expected Havertz to be. This this
yes,
is
I've
this
heard
is the
this.
kind of what do you call feedback that's going on, and
भाई
And
वापस
what
भेज
do
दो
and
हावर्ट्स
what
को.
do Arsenal expect Havertz to be?
भाई
bro,
भेज दो.
The next Ozil.
बॉल मिलता है bro तो
The
जनवरी
मोमेंटम
में
next
आता
भेज
है.
Ozil?
दो भाई.
तो बॉल मिलता है तो बॉल लेके आगे पहुंच जा भाई प्लीज, है ना, पीछे पास मत कर तू
प्लीज।
तू
भाई
बेसिक सब
भाई
कर ले,
उसको
क्रिकेट खत्म।
उसको बोलो बॉल लेके आगे जाओ या आगे जाओ कहीं और निकलो।
No, but I mean, on a separate note, I still hope that we can get something out of Harvard's, because we got something out of Xhaka, which was unexpected to me.
You're
पैसा
also
दिया है
getting
तो
something
बोलोगे
out of
ही।
Jorginho, so you might get something out of Havertz as well.
So Jorginho, at
भाई
least you knew what you were getting with Jorginho, right? And
enough of
Jorginho is
Arsenal, don't give
see,
them too much priority,
now,
so
now
Yeah.
but at this
But
point
yeah.
of time, I would actually like to focus our attention on Raheem Sterling more, because
Yeah.
Cole Palmer has been playing great throughout the season, right?
Correct.
Throughout the season. But Raheem Sterling, since the time he's joined Chelsea, there's only one way we have seen him go, and that is downhill.
भाई this first goal of his against City is extreme.
And bro, but this match, if you had seen, it was like he was playing with vengeance in his eyes. He
He's
was
playing
like,
in that Hazard
भाई
position, right? Hazard
he
position.
was showing that leadership, man. That Thiago Silva and Raheem Sterling was showing that
my,
leadership in this
yeah,
match.
yeah, they were showing, and forget all that. He was taking his man on, and he was taking Kyle Walker on.
Kyle Walker on,
He
yeah.
had Kyle Walker on a spliff, and he was unconcerned, not scared. He was taking it on the left wing. Every time he had his number. And that is
भाई
Kyle Walker, mind you. I mean,
I
he's old and whatnot. But at this present point of time, he defensively is probably the best in terms of recovery pace and whatnot. And
But
this is
ironically,
Correct.
the commentator said in the beginning that not many can get better of Kyle Walker. He always wins that
अरे
race. But then
Kyle Walker has signed his last contract. अब क्या चाहिए उसको? अभी the Spurs mentality will take over in his last years.
X Spurs mentality. X. Don't
No,
forget X.
but let's not about Cole Palmer. My last piece is that let's not call him as a success based on a game.
Yeah.
He has all the right attributes, but yeah, success is always
Yeah.
just based on trophies.
Where
Cole Palmer
I
could be the
think
next Robin for Chelsea.
he'll be what?
भाई,
The next
Robbie.
I swear to God, bro, I have swag. What am I going to turn into? Please tell me. I have swag. Just tell me. You see a player with a bit of swag.
भाई उसके बाद the thing is that उसके बाद वो
I
प्लेयर खेलना
told-
बंद कर देता है भाई
No,
वो
I
नाना
said that
swag
he
swag बोल के चढ़ाया फिर वो
I-
10
Bro,
मैच नहीं खेला वो ढंग से
I
See,
swear to
you
God.
have to get a Chelsea fan perspective for this. Like
No,
I'm
but
saying
I
on
swear
for
to
that.
God, since the time we have spoken about Onana, where you said he had swag, I
हाँ.
have just seen
खेलना
Onana
बंद
के
कर
साथ
दिया
एक चीज
भाई
होते हुए, है ना?
Okay.
Now he's
So-
coming back.
Yes.
Obviously, he's coming back.
Yes.
अच्छा वो बोल
बच्चे
दिया
को
नहीं
छोड़
तो
दे
मैं
भाई।
चढ़ने ही वाला था.
हाँ वही
He has the second
मतलब
he has the
पेनल्टी
second
सेव
most clean
करता है
sheets in
90
the
मिनट
league.
के बाद इतना ये करता है फिर भी मतलब बोलो यस
No,
He
but
is
he's
back
coming
now.
back.
He is
ठीक है
back
But,
now.
but as soon as you said he had
हाँ वही
swag,
मैं बोला
had
कि
some games
उसके
to
बाद
forget.
7-8 मैच के लिए भाई चला गया था इसलिए इसको बोल रहा हूँ बच्चे पे दया खा मत बोल उसके बारे में
ठीक है,
कुछ
let's not reason it out, but yeah, focus
हाँ
on the
चलो
ball. Yeah.
let's so we have seen Chelsea playing very good right in this match like they have shown the fear the force and they have come back out of adversities and whatnot but this we are seeing from the start of season that against top clubs against the traditional top six uh, Chelsea is able to perform very good. They started with a draw against Liverpool. They have beaten Spurs. They have draw against City and they have played against Arsenal. No.
No, they
Yeah.
haven't. Yeah. They played against you. What was the score
Yeah,
line?
yeah, 2-2, 2-2. Yeah,
2-2,
correct. They
bhai.
were
हाँ.
for a good amount of time. They were dominating the Arsenal match as
Yeah,
well, right?
agreed,
Arsenal, the
agreed.
title contender.
Agreed.
So that is what you're saying that. So this match is not an outlier to that, right? Against a good team that plays attacking football, Chelsea is playing really, really good, really good game.
Yeah.
The challenge they are facing against mid-table teams and even the relegation threatened teams, so that they are not able to unlock unlock the low block, right?
Yeah.
So does this win? I agree that this will add to their confidence that the treble winners they drew against, they fight against like toe to toe. But does that prove that Chelsea is coming back, or is that like they will still struggle against the low block teams, and it's not something that has changed. It
I
is
want to
still the
answer
same
that.
thing going on.
I want to answer, shed some
Right.
light on this. Look, if you see any new manager coming in, right, somehow you'll always see that they always put up a fight against the teams that play football or the top teams, right? The top
Mm-hmm.
teams. So you are better prepared to know what's going to come from that game, and you generally tend to perform better against those teams. Now, what happens? The biggest challenge in a Premier League is to unlock those teams that actually are very compact.
Correct.
Because in a league like the Premier League, why do we say that no league game is easy? Because every team, their foundation is strong. I mean, you'll hardly ever see teams that actually leak a lot of goals or are very open, right? Apart from a couple of teams that actually have graduated from the championship, other
Mhm.
teams, it is very difficult to play against them because they are well drilled. Now the challenge always is to find a way to unlock that low block or defenses.
Correct.
So I personally feel my verdict is that Chelsea are on the right path, because if they are making progress and are getting results against top teams, that means they will eventually find a way to unlock the low block, because low block takes more planning, more combinations
Mhm.
inside the box, because you can have all the wall in the world against the low block teams. What to do with the ball, how to take care of it, how the how to run the channels or how to make the right passes, the right decisions, it all boils down to that. And most importantly, your number 9, right?
Mhm.
And Jackson, I feel the way Spurs gifted all the 3 goals to him, and then this big game, 2 big games, he scored goals. I'm pretty sure he is going to be high on confidence, and he will also get better
Yeah.
now. Yep.
Confidence is fine, but I still see like Jackson hitting balls straight
Yeah,
to
that
the
problem is
keeper.
there. He
No,
comes
Yeah.
with his problems,
yeah.
definitely.
I have a different take. My take is based on the fact the underlying metrics of Chelsea from the start of the season say that they're actually a good team. The
Hmm.
problem with them has been the fact that the finishing has been abysmal,
Hmm.
which includes Jackson. I know recently he
Correct.
scored a lot of goals, but if you have seen the goals, it's the good thing about Jackson now. Before I
No
go on,
keeper
get on
goal.
to the back,
Yeah.
his what do you call, in terms of his presence in front of the goal, right? He's always wherever the ball is bouncing, he's somewhere nearby, right? So he's going to score those goals which seem easy on the eye. And when I say easy on the eye, I mean easy as in you look at it and you say anybody can score, but he is there in that position to score. But when I want him to do something magical, that's not what I expect of him. As we have already spoken, there are a lot of shots he's just given to the goalkeeper on their hands, in their hands,
You
literally.
know why
Even
is
in
that?
this case.
Because of the poor first touch.
Maybe, but
He has a horrible first touch, and
uh,
that's what
That is
doesn't
Premier
enable
League
him.
for you. Every striker faces that.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
he will grow. He's still young,
yeah.
and the job of a striker
No, but
is.
my focus is still more on the fact that in spite of what the results have been, Chelsea have done. Firstly, obviously the finishing is missing, so I think Chelsea will go for a striker. I mean, Broha has come back. Armando Broha has come
Osimhen,
back.
Nkuku will come.
भाई
Yeah,
Osimhen
and
लिंक हो रहा है काफी.
अरे
uh,
कितना how many strikers? How much can you?
yeah, that is
भाई वो
Chelsea we're
खराब
talking
करने
about.
के लिए नया चाहिए ना, अभी बहुत खराब
But
कर रहा
we're talking about Chelsea. And
है.
secondly, if you see Chelsea's defensive record on paper, when I say on paper, hypothetically they should have scored. They should have conceded lesser goals, but they have conceded
And
more.
scored more. Yeah.
Yeah, both the sides ये लोग पिल रहे हैं. ये लोग दोनों साइड पिल रहे हैं. मतलब just based on the numbers, it seems that they should be performing better. So underlying metrics are good, but I do agree to the fact, as Rajesh said, that in deep blocks they're going to face problems, and once teams realize that Chelsea have become good, all teams will start doing deep blocks only.
Correct.
Because you cannot go toe to toe with Chelsea, who has got so much spending power. When I'm saying toe to toe, I'm talking about the smaller teams. They cannot fight against
They'll
the
kill
speed
you,
of,
right? In
yeah.
every department. Yeah.
You cannot fight against the speed of Mudryk, Raheem Sterling, and Nkuku and Jackson with your
Too much,
players.
too much people to deal with.
Yeah,
It's not like you block one side off and the other can be
Yeah.
taken care of. Yeah.
And from what we have seen recently, it seems Chelsea enjoys the basketball game, end to end stuff, right? It almost reminds me of United of the old, wherein they enjoyed it, they loved it. So essentially, teams have evolved, and I believe that they'll be like, why should we play to their strengths,
Yeah.
right?
And for Chelsea, I still think it's a work in progress, because if you see, they are not playing any Champions League or Europa League. They just have Premier League to play, so they should have performed a better in these kind of games, like the bottom half of the table. They should have got more points, and that is where it reflects that what philosophy has been implemented or not. And if you take up these top 6 teams, I think many of them have taken them lightly. See, this happened with Spurs as well. Like, why did Ange go with a high line even after going 9 men down? Even City, they were celebrating as if, okay, they've won the match. So somewhere down the line, they were not expecting Chelsea to put this kind of quality and this kind of pressure. Yes, Chelsea did fuck up against Spurs as well. They did not finish so many chances, but then again they scored. In the second of the season, it will be the real test. In the second of the season, manager's philosophy would have been rightly implemented. They will be able to beat these second half teams, like the bottom half teams. They will be able to beat them. But these top 6 teams and top 8 teams will now know that Chelsea can hurt us, and that will be the real test. I think Chelsea might not finish up in the European places, so it's still work in progress, but they should have done better in this case.
Even the top teams would start taking them more seriously, I believe, and start to
Yeah.
defend properly against them rather than making it a basketball score. But to end, I want to end it with an objective question. That do you think this is a turning point for Chelsea, or do you think it still will take some more time for them to adjust?
They will have problems against low blocks, right? They still, I mean, they'll keep dropping points against these teams outside of top 4, top 5. So
Okay.
I think that in my aspect, I think it's just it's probably a conjunction, but I think it will be a turning point. But it's more to do with the fact that Reece James and Kukum will be back, more than the result and all that, right?
Why
I believe,
KDB will be back, Vasu. But
yeah,
go
that will be a turning point for
ahead. For
City.
City.
They'll go from first to first.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Manish?
Yeah, I think this will be a turning point, because we have seen that energy that's coming up from Stamford Bridge, and they will turn a few games. Now they will win a lot of games from now on, and they'll have players back, so that is also an added advantage.
And this time the table does not look a lot far, right? And these, I think Chelsea get a turning point for confidence. Yes, they have drew against treble winners, so it will add up to the confidence. But they will climb up the ladder and at least finish in some European football this season. That it is what my prediction would be. But yeah, I think this match is not enough to tell you if Chelsea is going to turn around or City is winning title or not. But one thing that is sure is that this would be a very interesting league and a very competitive one. So let's see. Let's
The top 4
enjoy
is
all
going
the
to be
game week.
crazy.
Right, Sachma. Right, like right now, in 3 points, I think we have top 4.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Bye, guys.
cool.
Hoping
Thanks
for a good
everyone.
season.